Hey, what's going on? Tonight I want to share a message with you. There are situations in my life, personally, that reminds me of a flood. Here recently in the state of Alabama, we had a major flood happen that caused devastation and havoc. It declared a state of emergency because the flooding was so bad. So whether we witnessed it firsthand or whether we saw it on the news, we all can relate to this because we just experienced the damage that a flood can do to an area. In certain areas of the United States where flooding happens reoccurringly, people like to create sandbags, and what they do is they build these sandbags up to keep the water from overflowing into certain areas, to keep them from damaging and just wreaking havoc on that particular area. So what they do is they build these sandbag walls. Some might build a dam that might be a barrier to serve for protecting a certain area. And the thing about that is that water always has a way of getting over or through or around those barriers that we build. And when the water does make it past those barriers, past those sandbag walls, it has a way of engulfing anything and everything in its path. It has a way of taking over everything and destroying, and just massive destruction. It has a way of overtaking and overwhelming everything and anything. And such is the case with the enemy in our lives. You see, because what it is I've come to the realization that no matter how many sandbag walls we may build, no matter how many barriers we might put up, the enemy, just like the floodwaters, will always seem to find its way over, through, or around those barriers. He has a way of infiltrating and penetrating the very being of who we are. And he always finds a way to do that. Always. But the Bible, this is what the Bible says in Isaiah 59 verse 19. It says, "The Spirit of the Lord will lift up a standard against him." See, I want to share with you today a message. I want to let you know that God has your back. For those of you who have found yourself in the midst of troubled times, for those of you who feel like the problems of your life are just overwhelming, and you might be in high school, you have tests that are overwhelming, you have girlfriend and boyfriend mishaps, and all these things start building up on you, and all these troubled times come. Life can get crazy. All the things that happen to us in a day are unbelievable. They're ridiculous what can happen, especially to young people. The temptations that you have to face, that you are tempted with every day. All of these things can just weigh down on somebody's soul, on somebody's heart. I can't imagine what you have to go through, but I've got a message for you tonight. God has got your back. Now here's the thing, just because you're a Christian doesn't mean that the enemy will stop. Just because you do what you know is right doesn't mean the enemy will stop trying to overflood your life with trials and troubles. Even Job says in the Bible, "Man that is born of woman is a few days and full of trouble." But here's the thing, isn't it good to know that when troubled times come, isn't it good to know that when havoc wreaks all over your life, when things don't go your way, isn't it good to know that when the enemy tries to come up on you, comes like that flood, tries to destroy and cause destruction, isn't it good to know that God has got your back? The Bible says the Spirit of the Lord will lift up a standard against him. Don't give up on doing good, guys. Don't give up on making good decisions. And don't give in to the temptations that are going to come your way, guaranteed. In James chapter 1, verse 2 through 3, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance." And then he goes on to say in verse 12, "Blessed is the man who perseveres under trial, because when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love him." In terms that we understand today, this is what God's saying. I got your back. When troubled times come, God has got your back. You going through hard times, God's got your back. You're going through a spiritual drought where you feel like God's not answering, God has still got your back. He's still going to pull you through whatever it is you're going through. It may not be in your time, and it may not be what you thought it would be, but God has got your back. Make it right. Pray sincerely to God to deliver you from the situation you're in. Pray to God and wait. Let God move in your life. Look to your youth pastor. Look to Taylor. Look to all the adults around your youth group. Look to true friends for guidance and for people who are going to lead you in the direction you need to go, lead you to that promise that God's got your back. Continue to go to church. Always continue to go to church. Go to youth group meetings on Sunday nights. Keep going back to the place where you will find people searching for the same thing you're looking for. Don't give up on that. When troubled times come, don't. Surround yourself with people who have that promise, and that is going to help you get through those hard times. I hope you guys continue in the walk. I hope that you're encouraged, and I hope that you understand that God's got your back. I'm out. Peace.